You've been so good to me. If this world were mine, I'd give you the flowers, the birds and the bees. My name is Langston. The brand name is Langston's Hughes Entertainment. I'm gonna make sure you understand that that's Langston's Hughes, H-U-E-S, as in colors. Langston's Hughes Entertainment, and I am out of Kansas City, Missouri. So the thing that made me want to start doing this full time, I always knew that I had a passion for music. Never really taught as a child that I could actually live off of my art. And then there was a time in my adult life where I had a job that I absolutely loved, and that job went away. And so basically what ended up happening is once that job went away, I stopped to think like, well, either I want another job exactly like this job, or I need to think about doing my passion. So I kind of stumbled into it. Also, it helped that my last boss at the job that I loved looked at me one day and said, you do realize that this isn't what you're supposed to be doing. You're actually supposed to be doing that. And I'll never forget that, because she supported me right up to the point where my job ended, and then I had to put together a game plan to see if I could do this music thing and see if it was going to work.
It might be a redundant question, maybe you kind of just answered it, but there's obviously risks involved in trying to strike out solo and independent like that. You don't have, a bunch of capital backing you, so there's bold risks. The word I've been throwing out is the audacity.
Yeah.
To believe in yourself and to believe in this Langston stage character, right?
Right.
What gives you the audacity, and at what point did you realize? Was it your boss supporting you? At what point did you realize, and where overall do you get the audacity to believe you can do it?
We always have that little voice or that little fire or whatever it is that's inside of us that is always telling us what we need to be doing. Whether we choose to listen to it or not is kind of what determines on whether or not we will get out there and do it. That voice was always there. That feeling was always there. At one point I just had to just give it a try. Like I kind of got to the point to where I was thinking, I'm gonna try it. If it doesn't work, at least I can say I tried it. The only difference is I tried it, and now it's 6 years later. So apparently it worked. That's why I'm always telling other artists to go with your passions. It doesn't look the same for everybody. It's gonna look different depending on the setup of your home, depending on your circumstances, but it can be done. You actually have to believe that you can do it.
What's been the biggest obstacle or the biggest obstacles?
The obstacles that you might face. First, the biggest obstacle is going to be you. It's going to be your biggest obstacle. Fear. False evidence appearing real, or whatever acronym you choose to give to fear. It will do it to you every single time. And just not believing in yourself, and then listening to the naysayers. What you have to remember is that there are a lot of people out there who see what you don't see, and they would prefer to see you fail or to see you give up before they see you be successful, before they're able to be successful. It's a big issue, and that's one of the things you have to plan. There's so many different things that could stand in your way. My own obstacles were realizing that relationships would change. You don't always live, when you're doing any type of entrepreneur work, you might see your relationships change. Your relationships with your friends, your relationship with your family. It's awesome when you actually do have a family or a friendship base that gets you and understands you and supports you. Not everybody is so lucky. You still cannot let that deter you from your passion. Your passion is your passion. If it really means that much to you, keep working towards it. You know, sometimes these people will come around. Sometimes people just don't get it, and it's not for them to get it. You know what's living deep inside of you, so you have to go after that.
Your brand, Langston Hughes.
Langston's Hughes.
Langston's Hughes.
So my colors, basically, my
Okay,
colors.
perfect.
This is my creativity. This is what I see.
Langston's Hughes.
Langston's Hughes
Entertainment.
Mhm.
Okay. So what is Langston's Hughes Entertainment about? What does that company provide? And I know it's music. So is there a vision for your brand bigger than music? Do you want to transcend the stage?
So
Take on new roles?
my mission statement has always been to bring music to the masses. It doesn't look one way for me. A lot of people will tell you that they want to be the next. I don't desire to be the next anything. My passion is music. I am a solo artist. I have a band. I'm a part of collaborative bands. I produce music shows. I mentor, other artists around me. I provide opportunities for artists around me. I've been doing that since day one. I host events. There's not one thing that I do. I don't make it to where this is all I'm doing, and if I'm not doing that, then I'm stuck. If this is my passion, if my passion is music, that means if it's music, I can do it. You know what I mean? So that's my brand in a nutshell, bringing music to the masses.
Starving artist position versus business, and I guess you could allude to when you first started getting it rolling, trying to make it work, and then you started to see the business aspects and applying them accordingly.
Right.
So what's going on there?
So many people have subscribed to this idea that you have to be a starving artist, and in reality you do not have to be a starving artist. Actually, if you buy into that belief, you will be walking around here unclean, living out of your car, just because you believe that that's the way it's supposed to be done. That's not everybody's walk. Some people have magical stories that surround being a starving artist. I never subscribed to that. I took it step by step. I did take some risks, but I believed that this is what I was supposed to be doing, and I just went for it. It takes planning. You need to look at your household. You need to look, I don't have any children, so I'm not a parent. So I realized being an artist as a parent is different from being an artist as a single person who has no children. Being a artist as a husband is going to be totally different from being a single artist. So, the story's different. You got to figure out how that works in your household. But it can happen. That's the thing. It can happen if you want to work. A lot of artists come to me and ask me, how do you do this full time? And the moment that I tell them the first one or two things that they need to do, a lot of them go, oh no, I can't do that. And I'm like, then this ain't for you. It's not for you. Like, there's sacrifice. You just gotta sacrifice some things. There are a lot of things in our lives that we could trim the fat off of. We're just not willing to let go of those things. It's stuff that you're wasting money on right now that you could have let go 5 years ago, and you'd have a whole bunch of money in the bank to start your dream, period. Universal connection. It is awesome that music is my passion, because no matter what language I speak, if I go over to another country and I do something with music, people will understand. They get it. Like, music is a universal language. People get it. I do believe in the oneness of, even from a spiritual standpoint. I know I spent some time over in Beirut last winter, and there was discussion surrounding the wars that happened over there 25 years ago, and you live over there for a while and you realize that a lot of what we are taught over here is not 100% true when you get over there. And then when you're over there, you realize that the things that they're teaching them about us isn't true either. You realize that we literally all are human beings. We all bleed the same red. We all deal with a lot of the same problems in our families, in our homes, in our finances. None of it ever changes. But the powers that be insist on trying to make us different. So, yeah, universal oneness. There are people that talk about equality, but they want partial equality. I will fight for this cause, but when you talk about an all-inclusive equality, then people start to tap out. Think about that. As an artist, really just as a person, to be honest, and I when I started talking to a lot of the artists and musicians that I've been, the artists, the musicians, and the singers that I've been working with, I asked some of them if they felt like I had added any value to their careers or any value to what they were doing, and it was very interesting to get some of the answers back, and a lot of them were telling me that that I am probably one of the most selfless artists that they know. That I just, one colleague said, I consider you a humanitarian, and someone else said, I consider you to be selfless even to a fault, where you sacrifice your own self. Sometimes you don't do what you need to do for yourself. And that's okay. To look up now, 6 years later, and to see some of the things that have bloomed from what I've done over the past years, it's all worth it to me. I mean, I remember when I first stepped into the game, it seemed like no one wanted to share the stage, and I'm all about sharing the stage. Like, I'm surrounded by all this talent. We all do something different. Let's get up here, let's beast out. I mean, why not? It's enough shine out there for all of us to have, and I think not enough people actually believe that. It's enough shine available out there for everyone to have. It has been my mantra since day one, and apparently it's done okay. So I can't complain about it. I'm thankful. I'm grateful. People say that our city is cynical and that we don't offer support, but I've been getting support since day one. I never take it for granted. I am so thankful that my city holds me down. Kansas City holds me down, always has. I will never forget where I came. I might not have been born here, but I was raised here, and I will never forget the support that my city, where I was raised, has given me. I appreciate y'all for everything you've done. Big shout out to Matt Diamond Photography. You're watching Chasers. My name is Langston. Let's do this. You can follow me in social media at several different places. At Sing Langston on Instagram and on Twitter. Langston's Hughes Entertainment. That's H-U-E-S, like the colors. Langston's Colors. Langston's Hughes Entertainment. My band is Langston and Prototype. My collaborative band is The Buzz, B-U-H-S. It just goes on and on and on, but you've got lots of ways to find me. Pick one of them, holler at me. I like to talk back to you.